My friends, it feels good to wake up a Nintendo fan today because the Big N confirmed what we all suspected, but got concerned about, but thought would happen, but got worried, and now we don't have to fear anymore because the September Nintendo Direct is back on the schedule, baby, and I couldn't be more excited because the way they announced this and what they specifically said and what we know, this is going to be one fire show. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Smash that like button if you're excited that, yup, it did happen. Also, we called this yesterday, hashtag trust SwitchForce. I got your back. Tomorrow, September 23rd, on a Thursday, Nintendo is having a 40-minute long Nintendo Direct with information focused mainly on Nintendo Switch games launching this winter. Now that snowy line is extra important and I'll tell you why, but let me know in the comments down below what one game you need to see tomorrow. What's the one Nintendo Switch game that you gotta see on your screen when the Direct kicks off at 3 p.m. Pacific? Now that's going to be 6 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Mountain, 3 p.m. Pacific, and then it'll be late in the night for those of you across the pond in Europe. But this is awesome news because it's not just a Direct, it's a 40-minute Mega Direct packing a ton of time and information into the showcase. It rivals the length of the E3 Direct earlier this summer, which was a jam-packed presentation announcing tons of new games. But it's not just new games because this is where NSO has its revival. Everything is pointing to Nintendo Switch Online getting a big upgrade. I mean, that's how we even knew about the Direct. FCC leaks yesterday's Good Morning Mara. You can check it out. But N64 seems imminent, and so do other platforms as well. In fact, new details show that Emily Rogers says some systems haven't even been discussed or rumored, and they coming. So NSO is going to be a focal part of this showcase, which is fantastic. Oh, and of course, I'm live streaming this thing. There's a link in the description, so make sure to join me. We can party together and enjoy all the awesome announcements. Oh, and my Animal Crossing friends, open the door and bring in the hope because there's a very good chance that this is where we see what Nintendo has planned for ACNH. They promised new and fun activities, they said please be patient, and now they have an opportunity to divulge in detail what is coming and when it's coming. Are we getting the cafe and Brewster that we've heard so much about via data mines? I think tomorrow will tell us the truth. But for me, it's more than just that, and it's why I'm wearing this special Splatoon shirt, alright? Because Nintendo specified that tomorrow's Direct will focus on games releasing this winter. That's really important and really great news, because Splatoon 3 was a title that was surprisingly revealed early 2021 for 2022, and then it's been radio silent. The game didn't pop at E3, which was odd, and it needs to be discussed. We need to know what makes it different, what's new, and what's fun about this one. Tomorrow's Direct is the perfect opportunity, and it's almost inevitable that Splatoon 3 will make an appearance. But you know what else is almost inevitable? If they're announcing and discussing and showcasing games in winter, then this is probably an early 2022 title, and that would be fantastic. These game companies consider winter basically through the first quarter, and that also lines up with Nintendo's fiscal year, and they love to end that with a bang. It just is a strong showing for investors and the gaming world at large. Nintendo's fiscal year wraps in March, wraps at the end of winter, and what better way to go out than with a brand new entry in your fantastic original IP multiplayer-focused series that seems to be taking some big leaps in the single-player department and hopefully the multiplayer department as well. An early Splatoon 3 release would set up for a phenomenal 2022, and there's some other games that could show up at this show as well. We haven't heard much about Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. That game looked fantastic when it was announced at E3 by Ubisoft. They said all the right things. It looks to be evolving in ways that we want, but nothing since. It didn't show up at Gamescom, and tomorrow's Direct would be another perfect opportunity for this title to shine. And could it also be an early 2022 title? Now I know, Nintendo doesn't always stick super to the letter with these Directs. They will veer beyond what they said, but most of the stuff will focus on winter titles, games releasing later this year and early 2022. So what takes that slot? Well, I don't think it's going to be Pokemon Legends Arceus, a dated game for January, because Pokemon typically likes to do their own thing. There could be new titles as well, and in fact, I fully expect some games to get announced that we've never heard of before. Kirby is one of those likely candidates, and a 3D iteration in the franchise, something that was rumored / leaked by Kirby Fighters 2 and just makes a lot of sense for Nintendo's affinity for the franchise. A new Donkey Kong could pop, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and of course, surprises. There's the Smash Fighter that'll probably be revealed, and there also will be looks at games that are already announced and coming quickly, like Mario Party Superstars and probably SMT5, a little bit on Advance Wars Reboot Camp. I personally, though, am so ready to see what they're doing with Nintendo Switch Online and the classic catalog. Everything is pointing towards a really substantial shift for that service, and possibly even a new price tier because of how much they're ready to introduce. There's rumors that Game Boy Color, N64, and more are ready to be added, and the FCC filing about a new controller, HAC043. We've talked about it a couple times on the channel. Good Morning Mario, you can check those episodes out. That is going to be shown off tomorrow as well, because the documents are unsealed on Friday. Nintendo has to say it, and that means that a lot of classic consoles are probably coming. Now, Nintendo has struggled to release games in a timely and frequent manner, but hopefully they can shift things up. And if they are to introduce a higher price tier, baby, bring us the themes. We definitely need more than just N64 if you want us to pay up. And so I'm super excited to see what they've decided to do. It could go completely bottoms up, but I hope that they're able to realize the virtual console infused Nintendo Switch Online that we've all wanted, asked for, and know is possible. This also serves as a big sigh of relief, because we started to get scared that Nintendo is going to buck the trend and not have a typical fall presentation. They've done it every year for like 5 years in September before Tokyo Game Show, and they've unveiled more about their holiday lineup and new stuff for the following year. And it was getting late in the month, and a lot of people got concerned that Nintendo was just not going to do a direct. Maybe they just do a Twitter direct. Maybe they have a mini, bring back the partner showcases of 2021, bad memories, or just do nothing at all. But here we go. They're doing the biggest thing possible with a mega show with a minute count that makes my heart so happy. But let me know in the comments down below what else you think could happen tomorrow. There's a lot of time. Could Hollow Knight show up? Maybe a mystery game, something new from Mr. Mario, or perhaps an update on The Legend of Zelda. I think those ports that we've heard a lot about, like Twilight Princess HD and Wind Waker HD, those are candidates as well. All right, Nintendo typically likes to have a port early in the year. They've done it in recent memory with games like Mario 3D World and New Super Mario Bros. U's Deluxe Switcheroo version. The Legend of Zelda, hey, it had an anniversary. Not a lot happened. And as they gear up for Breath of the Wild, maybe they want to make more happen in that franchise. And there's always the Metroid Prime trilogy that's supposedly raring to go as well. We've heard talk of Pikmin 4, so a lot could happen tomorrow, and a lot will happen. 40 minutes is going to be glorious, and I've got you guys covered. We'll be here with all the coverage, all the announcements, and we'll be watching it live, as I mentioned. So make sure to check the link out in the description down below. Hit that like button if you're excited, and thank you so much for being a part of this. I love sharing our Nintendo adventure together, and tomorrow is one of the greatest days for us fans. So I'm pumped. I hope you are as well. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. And until next time, my friends, thanks again. Direct tomorrow, 3 p.m. Pacific. We'll start streaming early. SwitchForce out.